not
Thank
spoiling,
you for the
but
7
investing
long
in
months of
science.
subscribing, Dedra 1175. Yo.
Hello there.
Hello everybody, welcome back to some Rogue Trader. It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much, Daedra, for the 7-month resub. That's insane. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. I'm sorry that the speaker bot really messed up. It played the wrong sound file, and then my old speaker bot decided to play the correct sound file, so that was really interesting. Unfortunately, Craig, Tachyon got the first there, but you were just behind them. Hey to both of you, Tachyon and Craig, and hey to Missaps as well. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. It's so good to see you. Because you're here, you get to hear the special announcement. There's a video dropping after the stream is over that I can't talk about until it drops. But it's not that exciting. It's just a little bit exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm glad that you are here, Daedra. I'm glad that everybody is here. All right, let's should we play some Rogue Trader? Do we want to do that? Do we want to play some Rogue Trader? I think we want to play some Rogue Trader. I think we really like playing Rogue Trader on this stream, right? So, recap last time. We spent a bunch more time on the station. We recruited a gunslinging space pirate, and we killed a bunch of mutants. So the plan this time is to get off the station and get out into the void and actually start adventuring. So we're starting off in the scenes of our crime from last time, which is after we killed all of those mutants for no real reason. We just kind of walked in here and murdered them. And I think we actually failed a quest for doing that. They all had serrated mono knives, which is actually quite nasty. High bleed damage. I don't think we need any of them right now, though. I also need to spend some time getting all of the equipment out of my inventory, which I will do. There's a spot here. Reverend Hieronymus' teachings on the path of St. Drusus. Alright, I'm not going to read this out. There's a lot going on in there. The thin pamphlet exudes a faint caustic smell. Okay, it's a possibly heretical text about noblemen. Let's just loot the rest of this room. See if there's anything interesting in here. We've got some chems. We'll take those. This guy is actually just a random dead person. Oh, we've got a bolt gun. The Imperial Pride. That looks like a nice bolt gun. What on earth is this doing in here? Hey, Wooden Plank, how's it going? Good to see you. Kibbles can use dot blades. That's a good point. We should maybe give her the bleed knife, off knife. 11 to 17 damage, 50% armor penetration. Damage against Xenos, Psychers, and Servants of the Chaos is increased by 4. Now that's a gun. Oh, there's a daylight savings kicked in for you guys. That sucks. We've got another teaching of the path of St. Drusus. Can I grab those knives back? Probably not, because I don't think this is going to let me access just the random stuff. If I type in knife, oh, cargo list, here we go. If we go to weapons, ranged weaponry, melee weaponry. Are those knives here? Not in this bit of ranged weaponry. I can't. Okay, I can sort by type. Cool. Type in ascending order. Oh, that's cool, actually. So it has this daylight savings has actually helped you out rather than hindering you. That's great to hear. All right, I'm looking for those knives that we just picked up. I want one of these knives. Oh, I just want one, but I guess we're putting all 4 into our inventory for now. Okay. The bird just goes call. Same thing. I'm going to grab all of these just in case they're important. There's something over here. Obviously, everyone is very badly hurt. Aha! We found a jerry can of secrets, which has just some fuel in it.
And done.
Excuse me. A journal of one of the locals. The handwriting is barely legible. It appears to mark the births and deaths of the inhabitants of the Smoky Mountain mutants. There's no one to add the last entry. Yes, because we killed them all. I guess it is about sad. We just end this whole community. Hey, mishaps. Excellent. That's really good to hear. Pack of reagents. This set of chemical reagents increases the damage of all bleeding, burning, or toxic effects. Okay, that's great for Kibble as well. More good Kibble stuff. Another one of these pamphlets. Anything else to start to grab in here? There's some more goods over here. We'll need Pascal to unlock this. I've been awake when 2 a.m. turned to 2 a.m., but we don't need to worry about that. Mishaps. Up to 3 a.m. Alright, got a multi-key. We got some stuff. I think that's everything in the room searched. I don't see anything else. I hope you can type. If we stay on summertime forever, be no problems. Yes, I agree with you. It is just a continual inconvenience, honestly. Yeah, there's just dead bodies to search. There's something over here, perhaps. I don't really think so, though. Our job now is we're just going to report our win. No, there's nothing over here. We're going to report our win to the priest, and then we're going to talk to the head of the place. Okay, there's more stuff lying around. Heavy leather armor, I'm not too worried about. Let's get rid of all of this, and we'll automatically collect everything. So we're going to head back. We're going to talk to the priest. We're going to talk to the guy who runs the station, and then we're going to leave. Is basically the plan. I'm going to head out into space, and I'm going to vote on. I've got a straw poll set up for working out who we're going to take into our next sort of bit of the campaign. So you guys get to vote on the party members with a few caveats. Basically, Abalard and Sister Argenta are not leaving the party at any point. Which reminds me, this new gun. We need to, like, do something about this as well. I need to clear up the inventory. I'm carrying around so many bloody guns. This thing here. So, the Ratobi pattern bolt gun does not do as much damage. It has the same armor penetration, has the same rate of fire, has the same range. This is just a better gun. Yeah, it does 1 more damage, and it has that extra damage bonus. Plus, it looks well cool. Friends, Polycules are sort of guys apart and played Magic until early on that day. No regret. That sounds very on brand. I love that. All right, let's just get out of here. We can take the elevator, I think, because we can't get through the main doors.
Is there money to be made?
There's always money to be made. All right, and then we need to head for the exit, which is down here. And then we're going to quickly head to the atrium. And we're going to talk to the priest, and then we're going to talk to the liege, and then we're going to get out of here. Just to finish up these quests. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're excited for my mysterious video that's dropping at the end of the stream. I hope you're all doing well. I really missed playing Unicorn Overlord last week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream this weekend. I really want to, but I've got a few things going on. So it really does come down to a couple of things. Oh, I'm glad you're having a great morning. That's really good to hear. I think there's a couple of events. There's quite a lot of events we need to resolve at the ship as well. That have kind of stacked up while we've been here. Is this the dude we want? That's the Drusian Preacher. This is the dude we want. Hey, Pango. How's it going? I've done the thing. Do I... Okay, I don't actually have the option to hand the question to him. Interesting. Let me just read my journal. Nope, that's not. That's a Corpus Valancius. This is my journal. Deal with the mutants. Eliminate will wipe out the disease breeding ground. Okay, I've messed this up because I just did this, so I might not actually be able to hand the quest in at all. We'll quickly check with the liege and then we'll get out of here. Last, complete some of my laptop to feed a malfunctioning chassis intrusion switch. That could be so frustrating. You haven't done the priest. That's another cult. Oh, is it? I thought that was the cult that he wanted me to deal with. Oh, well, I'm choosing to leave the station. I hope that's not gonna mess things up for me. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything for handing it in to him, but we will try. The steps up too far. Nope, okay. Nothing to hand into him either. So there's nothing hand in. I find the little blue and gold stars for the Reverend. Okay. Oh, that's right, yes. I thought actually they've all led to the same place, to be completely honest with you. Alright, let's head back to the dock. and we'll get out of here for now. I want to get off the station for a bit. I don't think it's the end of the world if we miss the Reverend's quest. I want to quickly check if there's anything we can buy from the tech priests. I don't think there is. Oh, the dog is fast asleep behind me. She's so cute. Her ear is up in the air. She already has very floppy ears, but the way she's lying, her ear is like straight up. Opticon 22. Oh, Solomon is here to talk to as well. That's right. I need to talk to Solomon. Let's talk to the tech priests first. I love these models. I wish they were. I hope we get to see more of them as the campaign goes on. They look phenomenal. I want to make a trigger. I don't think there's anything I can really get off him. I can get the Shurigan's manual. +6 to Medicaid. We might as well grab what we can. But there's nothing else I can really grab here. If we got our trade value to 7, I would have access to the Portative Manipulator. Using reload for a weapon costs -1 AP. The Sea Delphian Pattern Omniscient Axe. And the Will to Live Force Sword. But I don't really want to spend anything right now. So let's head over this way. And talk to Solomon, who is here for us. Where is he? There he is, over by Glacio. Lots of our arbitrators here.
Thank you for responding to my request, Rogue Trader. I'm here on the orders of Marshal Strax to ask for your help. We are in pursuit of a tithe thief. We must board the thief ship, execute the heretic for his crimes, and return the sacred tribute to the protection of the Adeptus Arbites. The reward for your assistance in this matter will be the thief's frigate, the
Ooh, I get a free frigate.
which we will capture in the course of the mission.
That's a great prize. A ship? It is a pleasure to see you, Solomon. And you too, Glacio.
Glato, speak!
Glacio.
Not every cybermastiff receives a personal greeting from a rogue trader. Such an honor warrants a response.
Why have you approached me and not Winterscale? Rykar if we complete the mission, mishaps. Yeah, why have you approached me?
I did, and I was rebuffed. As Rogue Trader Winterscale rightly pointed out, from the moment of the tithe's collection, responsibility for it transfers to the Adeptus Arbites. He also noted that the loss of a world is not an inconsiderable detriment to his protectorate, and he has no intention of expending resources to recover something that no longer belongs to him.
Alright, he's very much the letter of the law, isn't he?
Under similar circumstances in the past, our arrangement would have obliged us to turn to Lady Theodora. She was a key figure in supporting the Lex Imperialis in the Coronis Expanse.
I'll just scatter some more disasperations at my fellow person.
It is not for me to judge the Emperor's anointed.
Yeah.
Not least when I cannot fault his reasoning.
You have to pay to repair, yes, the city problem. Okay, I'll help the Arbus abilities.
Captain Sargona and his flagship, the Heartless, are concealed in Mundus Nullius. The exact location can only be determined with your ship's augurs when we enter the system.
Okay.
The Heartless is escorted by a small flotilla. You'll need to neutralize it in order to capture the frigate. Our BT strike teams will land on the upper deck, while your boarding party handles the remaining bays. My squad of arbitrators will take on the most difficult and dangerous part of the operation. The ultimate goal is to capture the captain's bridge and interrogate and execute Sargona.
Any tactical recommendations?
The task is relatively simple. Kill all enemies we encounter and not let them kill us. Sargona must be taken alive for questioning, but I and my team will handle that. There is one other...
Yeah, I did 2 mishaps.
The following call signs will be used for Vox communication during the mission. You will be RT1,
Rogue Trader
and I
1.
will be DX1. I also request you use RBT sign language throughout. Non-verbal commands are faster than speaking and will allow us to catch our target unawares. Here is a short list.
I dislike my call sign. A rogue trader requires something grand. Emperor's Eagle, for example.
In a tactical assault, the shorter the call sign, the lower your chances of getting shot while you're saying it. But so be it, Emperor's Eagle.
Alright, let's study the data slate. There are 2 dozen basic commands from head notes to a combination of hand gestures, everything you need to quickly and efficiently communicate in positions numbers, and even coordinate joint attacks. You have a deal.
Good. Do you have any further questions?
I may have other matters to attend to en route to Mundus Nullius. Will you be able to accompany me?
No. I'm still on mission, and in your absence, my subordinates and I will be checking weapons and finalizing tactics for the assault. In other words, we will be wholly occupied with preparation.
So until I do this mission, he won't join my party. Okay, board my flagship.
Acknowledged. Sargona is already dead. He just doesn't know it yet.
I think you're right, Miss Epps. Alright, let's get out of here. RT1. It is 3 syllables. As is DX1 as well. Okay. Number sequel is 4 is 4, yes it is. We need like fox, hound, deer, wolf. Raven is 2. Sparrow is 2. Okay. The vessel stands ready, Lord Captain. Let us take off into space. Right. We are currently at Footfall. The Druse's Blessing, I think we've already checked this out. This is the ship where we can buy stuff from. No, I don't think this is. There is the... I'm not sure what the Druse's Blessing is. I can't remember if we checked this out or not. I think it's a trade ship, that's right. The only other place we haven't been to is the Alter Templum Calyx X-17, which is a tech pre-station we were told to stay away from. But, also, how do we repair the ship? Ah, there we go. Hull repair, yes. Regain 14 points of hull for 14 scrap, yes. Okay. Let's just check that we haven't been to the Drusus, and then we'll move on. Oh, so how do I jump to... I have to tell my crew to jump to warp, don't I? Let's check out these two things, and then we'll move on. We'll have to watch out for events as well as we move around the system. Yeah, okay, this is the guy that I could buy stuff off of. And he has a lot of interesting stuff for ships. But I don't have the reputation with them yet. I mean, I could jump that up to 1,500. I could basically get it to level 1, which would give me access to Ceramite, military Ceramite Void Ship Plating, which is an upgrade, I think. 4 points of damage, yes, that's an upgrade. It would give me a Glimmer Pattern Void Shield, which is a side grade, and 3 scrap boxes, which give me 50 scrap. Do I want to do this right now? I think I do. I think I want to grab the upgrade. So let's select the tradable and trade. So that will get me up to level 1, and we'll buy all available. Okay, and then how do I equip those? Okay, equip them here. Okay, so I have a Mars Pattern Prow Battery. Short-range prow-mounted macro cannon fire shot. I think I've already upgraded those because I put the Mazoa Lance. I like the Lance and I like the torpedo tubes. I've got another Mazoa. I could do double Lance on the prow, which would be quite cool actually. I've also got more so I could do double torpedo tubes on the prow. But then we've got the military Ceramite plating, which I'll put here. And I am going to equip the Glimmer Pattern. Can I do 2 Void Arrays? No, I can't. We'll equip the Glimmer here. What's this? Maintenance stock, okay. So that's everything I've got equipped. These are actually equipped, not free to use. But I have upgraded the ship slightly. Development. Oh my god, the ship can level up. I didn't realize this. The ship has its own level up tree. And we need to assign people to their posts. Why have I not done this yet? Okay. Supreme Commander. That has to be me. I'm the Supreme Commander of the ship. I will be assigned to this position. The Master Cannoneer. This skill required is Demolition. The Master Cannoneer will, of course, be Argenta. Hey, Submacall. The Shield Master. This requires someone with tech use. That's going to be Pascal. The Master of Maneuvers. Someone with good athletics. I don't understand how that computes, but I feel like it's fitting for the ex-Imperial Navy officer to be a Master of Maneuvers on our ship. The Warp Channeler needs to be someone with lower warp, and that is not going to be the Navigator. That is going to be the Unsanctioned Psyker. I don't think I actually have the right skills for Supreme Commander. Do I not? Well, I'll unequip me. It says I need to have Persuasion, which I have. So it looks like I'm the right person. Nobody else has... Not only do I have that, but I also have Focused Efforts, I think. Because if I swap someone... I think I'm good to be in that. Oh, no, you definitely do. Thank you. Okay, cool. And then, so Master of Maneuvers is Abalard. And the Master of Etherics, which I guess is our scanner... can't be Adira because she is our channeler, so that's going to be Kibala. No, I'll make it Cassia, just so that the person who actually is supposed to be on the ship can do that. Okay. Do you not have space? A pirate? I do not have the space pirate on my bridge. No. She's not good enough at anything. So she only has a 40 for Cannoneer, She has an 82 for Shield Master, but Pascal is better. And Pascal has Shield Pulse, which she doesn't have. She doesn't have a good enough maneuvering skill. She doesn't have enough good warp skill. She doesn't have enough etheric skill. Okay, her skill improvement is top tier. Good to know. Okay, and then all features are just everything the ship can do. Passive ability, educated labor. The flagship's voluntary perspective. Oh, that's right. That's the choice I picked. All right, let's continue on to Alter Templum Calixtus. I'm glad I found out that I could do that before we go into another fight. Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of Alter Templum Calixtus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus' privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over their sacred sites. Okay, that's it. I can't do anything with them. So, let's go back to the bridge, and we need to prepare to jump to warp. Now, how do we get that to work? I guess I go to the warp machine and feed it some more blood. That was a really fun session, actually, last time we tried to get the ship to jump to warp, and it went really weird. Alright, let's turn it on. The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain. Have the tech priest in the Adeptus Mechanicus been able to discern how the ship was able to start her warp engine? The Minister Prime spends hours pursuing the quest of knowledge in hopes of his commemorating the nature of said miracle. May the Omnipotent of Grace guide him on this journey. Okay, so they don't know how it works. So use the center console? Okay, we just use the center console. That just takes me to the Cronus Expanse map. That takes me back to here. Cloak Cactus. Oh yeah, that's fine. Map of the Cronus Expanse. Aha. Alright. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is very cool. I wish you could zoom out a little bit further. Alright, we have such wonderful locations to head to as the Cauldron, the God Emperor's Scourge, the Cinerus Malefactorum, the Unbeholden Reaches, the Accursed Dements, the Heathen Stars. But I think what we do need to do right now is to chart new court routes. Oh. Okay. Standard scanning could not reveal a route to the selected system, but you can still get there by spending points in Navigator's Insight to plot a guaranteed direct path. Click the left knife on the system to chart the course. Got it. So we have a few options here. There's an option to go to the Imperium. I don't think this is possible. We can head to Soto's Tomb. This is an uncharted system. Avorius, which is an uncharted system. Or we could head to Trinitos, which has a question mark around it. Those are the only 3 locations that we've been able to chart courses to. Judging by the colors of the courses, the course to for fun, make a save, and then head back to the Imperium. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that right now. Soto's Tomb looks like the safest route. Avorius is medium, and Tyrannosaurus looks quite a dangerous route. Can I save here? Yes. Okay, we're going to save the game. And then we're going to jump to the Imperium. Reduce route difficulty. So I want to make it safe. And then we're going to jump to the Imperium. Lord Captain, the ship's senior officer requests an audience with you. They are humbly awaiting you on the bridge. Obviously, going to the Imperium is probably not what we're supposed to be doing. I love how my seat turns around. Lord Captain, if I may request your attention for a moment, I must report a series of highly dangerous violations that have been taking place in the fuel compartment. Oh, so this is an actual event that I'm just going to skip through this because I think we're about to die. So I'm not actually going to read any of this because this will come up later. Oh my god, this is a long conversation. No, I'm actually stuck in a loop. Okay, I just wanted to continue the jump. What do I need to do now? It's automatically going on. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought wouldn't flag. Yeah. Okay. Look, Captain Ravenland. Their ships are going crazy in the little chamber. They're reporting severe warp disturbances along our intended route. It looks like the Maw is completely impassable. I've seen this before, yes. And if you ask me, going in there is not a good idea for us or any other void ship. So you're saying that not only will I break through the Maw to the Imperium, but I'll cover myself in glory as a conqueror of the raging warp? Forward! Thou suit to Lord Captain. The Emperor protects. By the grace of the Emperor, I've been charged with calling the voyage of my blessed commander, Lord Captain Forzium. the voyage that my blessed commander, Lord Forza, intends to undertake through the turbid tract of warp known as the Maw. The thought of what lies ahead fills our souls with terror. We will have faith in the light of the Emperor. May his protection be with us now. So just to let those of you who don't know a lot about Warhammer 40,000 understand what is happening right now, is the area of space that we are currently inhabiting has been cut off from the rest of the Imperium by an unbelievably powerful warp storm. So we're trying to jump through that, which is not a good idea. So we'll chart the course. Report from the Navigator's Sanctum. Lord Captain, we have locked onto the blessed light of the Astronomicon, which is a giant psychic choir coming from Earth that the Emperor uses the Imperium uses as a lighthouse, and are ready to make their first warp jump to the Hermitage. Once in the void station's orbit, we will carry out maintenance liturgies and, with luck, exchange information with other trade void ships that are using that region as a rendezvous point. The second warp jump will be made to the witch-cursed world, a foul and lifeless planet, at which point we will assess the state of the vessel. A third warp jump is planned to Port Wonder, where, the Protector willing, we will reach the vast expanse of the Imperium, and we will abide there in safety. We got a message from the Astropathic Choir. For a simpler explanation, they're about to cross Space Bermuda Triangle during a Category 5 hurricane, yes. Lord Captain, we once again draw your attention to the fact that the warp region of the Maw is more turbulent than usual. The Diviner's vigil portends death for us, and much worse besides. This is not our first decade perceiving the void, and we have seen terrible storms, but none like this. We beseech you, please have mercy on us. If that not be it, will we stand ready to serve until the end. After offering up requisite players, the crew received a Vox address from the Blessed Lord Captain, in which our commander gave the order to initiate a jump to the Hermitage. We made it to the Hermitage, an outcome made possible solely by the Emperor's mercy. The ship had been chewed up by the ravenous Immaterium. This is what it looks like inside the warp. It's not a safe place to fly. The madness has taken root across our decks and stalks among us, staring us in the eyes. The vessel is in orbit around the station, thronged by thousands of silent satellites, the jettisoned bodies of the dead. Medicae tests succeeded. I spent the entire jump in the murky depths of the Astropathic Choir Bay, where acolytes and the ship's surgeons walked back and forth in silence. After singing the healing liturgy from beginning to end, they marched among the psychers, who had been medicated into unconsciousness. Any psyker who awoke, often with howls of horror, was quickly pacified with a sharp jab from electrified baton. But my attention was wholly captured by Ideria Class. Gripping the soldiers of each astropath in turn and staring into their eyes, she compelled the raving psychers to collapse with a visceral cry, curling up on the deck with all thought of resistance gone from their mind. How many did she save? How many would have perished without her? Every moment now, I hear a voice full of vehement ire. It is the voice of the Angel of the Emperor, so ferocious my very blood fears it, fleeing my body through my ears, my eyes, and nose. The angel bade me compile a picked chronicle of the horrors recorded by the servo skulls in the ship bays. May whoever find it knows the torments we suffered before death. Incident report. I saw the pit recordings made on various decks with my own eyes, with horror and avid curiosity. I relished each bloody detail, drinking in the stream of chaotic, incomprehensible scenes. Nameless dread blossomed in my soul. I saw a bloody massacre in the engineering, people armed with tools bashing each other's heads in. I saw a deck full of violently convulsing bodies covered in a layer of mold and sprouting grotesque fungi. I witnessed a crowd of crew members walk toward an opening airlock with mindless, exultant smiles on their faces and be caught a moment later on a wave of air and wrenched out into the cold embrace of nothingness. With my own eyes, I saw a gunner steadily hitting a large caliber shell with a wrench, and inside, a cogitator. I could just make out the bloody remains of an engine sear, impossibly squeezed in among the tangled wires. So much horror, so little hope. Report from the engine sear deck. My lady. It grieves me to report the demise of 27.61 of the blessed machine spirits entrusted to my care. Reactors 2 and 3 required expedited burials, and the deck's crew held a vigil in their memory. The servitors have logged at least 11 breaches in the hull exterior and at least 3 in the hull interior. With my lady's gracious permission, I will endeavour to save what can still be saved. The Omnissiah knows all and comprehends all. Hermitage Station report. Scouting report. I don't know how I haven't gone crazy yet, sitting in the middle of this warp storm. There are around 1,000 people there, a few hundred outcasts and anchorites living permanently on the station, Hakor, and the crew of a trading vessel that barely made it as far as the Hermitage and won't be departing ever again. It seems they spend the whole day sitting under the crystal dome, praying, eating ration packs, and watching as reality loses its mind. They say the Emperor will protect them against the coming tempest. Of course they do. He's the only thing they can trust in now. For them, there is nowhere else to turn. We offered them passage on our ship. No one said yes. Mad, all of them. We're trying to jump back to the Imperium core. It's not going well. When the message came over the Vox, that I struggled to hear the whispering of the angel in my ears. My honourable lady gave me the order to make the warp jump to the witch-cursed world. Yes, we've saved before we did this. We are at the witch-cursed world, the place where we are doomed to perish. This is what the Emperor's angel told me, his voice almost impossible to bear. It bade me record every drop of sorrow. My chronicle will spread his word through the warp and sow terror on all who come to know of our dire voyage. So speaks the angel, and my own thoughts are so muddled that I can do now is submit and bear witness. Persuasion test succeeded. By me. As soon as the ship exited the warp, thousands of crew members, assembled in teams, launched into repairing the major areas of damage. The will of our fearless Lord Captain drove them, and in that moment I deeply envied their resolve. The Lord Captain's honourable companion, Heinrich von Kallax, personally led the ship's hands to the most seriously damaged decks. First, he admonished the cowardly crew members who refused to do their duty. Then he banished the fear from their hearts with a single shot. Verily, the man's mercy is great indeed. Which world's situation report? We must not make planetfall. I know what I saw. And no, we must not set down on the planet. It is not because of the wind could tear the hull of the landing shuttle in the blink of the eye, or because the temperature so fluctuates on the surface between red hot and plasma and absolute zero. No, it is because planets do not have faces, and this one did. A vast face of jagged plateaus, eyes of fiery tornadoes, and a mouth from a crater half a continent across. And I saw that face smiling at me. It saw me. It saw all of us. We must not make planetfall. Emperor, have mercy on us. Addendum. Engineer Abalard was executed 4 hours after submitting the report for fomenting panic among the crew. Incident report. The Pit Chronicle recorded the eyes of servo skulls made my heart stutter. In horror, I watched as crewmen who seemed perfectly healthy struggled against the shackles pinning him to an operating table, and a group of doctors, whispering excitedly among themselves, drew out steel surgical instruments and eagerly began cutting into his flesh. I cried out as I watched engineers burning holy incense and chanting the prayer to awaken the plasma generator's machine spirit. A young acolyte, his heart wavering, accidentally disrupted liturgy, releasing the motive force into the power circuit before it was time, and my poor eyes were blinded by the white light of the explosion. After that, I was silent, for that was the only way I could continue to watch. Tender mats in dirty coveralls reverentially poured chalices of blood into the base of a macabre tree. A weapon pointing upwards, its supports outspread like branches, and hanging from them like ripe fruit were the bedies of the Bay's officers. After tossing aside his discharged lasgun, a priest brought his fingers to his bleeding ears and dabbed the crimson words on the bulkhead. Do not listen to him. He is no angel. Who was he talking to? Me? Scarlet roses, their buds bleeding, were growing through the bulkheads, which were covered with patches of rot. Crew members in black uniforms incinerated with flamethrowers, weeping black tears and roaring with maniacal laughter. A string of people silently entered an airlock, above which was written Hangar C-11-2, and were lost in the darkness. As Deputy Carto Artifacts, I know the ship's layout well. There has never been a Hangar C-11-2. The unknown has touched our vessel. It has taken root in it, and now we're in the clutches of the Immaterium. We're trying to jump back to the Imperium core through the Maw, which is a terrifying warp storm. And this is what is happening. Report from the Navigator Sanctum. Lord Captain, the crew of the Navigator Sanctum have virtually lost the light of the Astronomicon. Our only hope is to retrace our both in thoughts and in our pain. Save us, or lead us to our deaths. We will follow you no matter what. Report from the ship's confessor. Master, report, stop. The rousing speech from the Lord Captain, which was broadcast over the Vox system, inspired the crew, who promptly broke into teams to repair the primary systems. The volunteers, all departed, were later lauded in prayer. Over the static and howling warp spirits that had infiltrated our Vox systems, we heard the voice of our Lord Captain, who ordered us to make the warp jump to Port Wonder. The senior officers from all decks gave a general report to my blessed Lord Captain. According to the assessments of all the ship's services, the chances of a favorable outcome of a jump to Port Wonder were 0. On behalf of the entire crew, they declared that serving under a glorious commander had been an honor, and if it was her will, they were ready to forge onward and meet their deaths. Glory to House von Valancius and its valiant servants. We were all prepared to die that very hour. And then the Lord Captain bade us. So I'm guessing this is us getting out, which we're not going to do. So I'm going to click on die. Oh, I actually got an it doesn't show up here, but I got an achievement for this. You tried to reach the Imperium. Huddled next to the Foxcaster, I, First Deputy Carter Artifacts, Cellular and Primex, scream into it, hoping that my voice will by some miracle, break through the turbulent abyss of the Immaterium into the real world. The Voxmaster is dead. Virtually everyone is dead, and I, disregarding the sacred Vox System protocol, scream my dispatch over and over. All Imperial vessels, help. We are dying. Dying. We're dying. Stop. Stop it. I'm afraid. Here ends the chronicle, which is discovered in the ruins of a ship expelled from the warp. Game over. Then the dog just woke up. Okay, let's load our last save and not do that again. That was fun. Okay, what we're actually going to do, rather than jumping to the Imperium, is I think we're going to jump to Trinitas, because I can make it a safe route to jump. And it looks like there's something important going over here. It looks like there's some... We've got a quest from the Agri World right here, so we should hopefully be able to jump to that from this place. So I'm going to make the route safe, and then we're going to jump it. Lord Captain, the ship's senior officer requests an audience with you. They are humbly awaiting you on the bridge. Oh, don't... Okay, that's fine. It was yellow. I didn't realize it was that valuable. Right, this is the event that triggered last time that we skipped through. You know, dangerous flavor text only. Gotcha. Lord Captain. Sorry, I picked an awful time to take a drink. If I may request your attention for a moment, I must report a series of highly dangerous violations that have taken place in the fuel compartment. The Master of Arms is ignoring my demands, and thus I am forced to appeal directly to you. The Fuelers have founded a sect of some kind. This group practices fire worship of the Emperor and has been burning promethium near the fuel lines. I beg you to stop this madness before we all go up in flames. I should point out that there have been no incidents in the fuel compartment so far, and the beliefs of the sect do not affect the obedience of the workers or their efficiency in any way. All assemblies are conducted strictly after hours and with the permission of their superiors. However, if you find the practices unacceptable, we will put a stop to them immediately. Just be careful, it's possible Softlock could give you all too soon. Okay, cool. Is there supposed to be a small gap in the warp storm? If there is, I don't think we can find it where we are, Core. Just for purposes of the game, I don't think we can. They are burning my promethium. Does the Ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? That matters beyond my purview. Let Confessor Abalard be the judge of such business. A plump, rosy-cheeked old man steps forward, his voice deep and sonorous. The Emperor protects your ladyship. I can assure you that there is no heresy festering in the fuel compartment. The sect of the Fire Prophecy has been tested for purity and found to be in accordance with his creed. Their leader, who calls himself the Oracle of Fire, is a devout and submissive to his servants. They do not twist the sacred teachings, and as for their chosen forms of worship, they are neither rare nor remarkable. Many such minor cults exist in the Imperium with the full approval of the Ecclesiarchy. Does this Oracle of Fire really make prophecies? At least he and his flock believe that the Emperor reveals glimpses of the possible future to him in the sacred flames. Occasionally his visions do come true, or so his followers convince themselves. We do not know whether the grace of the God Emperor, she's stuck 1 second, lies truly upon him, or if he is merely a charlatan, or perhaps a blissful lunatic. Or, let me just sort that out 1 sec. Are you trapped? Oh, you want to go back outside? We've had absolutely torrential rain today, so she's a little bit like, I need to go to the bathroom, please. Okay, or perhaps a blissful lunatic. A wicked rogue who possesses psychic power not tempered by his will. A croaking voice interrupts the confessor's words. Lord Captain, as choirmaster of the Astropathic Choir, I must be watchful of any threats to the ship's safety originating from the Immaterium. I have heard rumors about this oracle, and so I have sent my adepts to see him. They assert that the man is a psyker. Now that is a very serious accusation, because if this man is a psyker, that means he's an unsanctioned psyker, which means that he could be possessed by a demon at any moment if he makes a mistake. This man who speaks to the warp is a danger to himself and to the entire vessel. Both law and common sense dictate he should be thrown into a holding cell, tranquilized, and handed over to the Inquisition to be sent to Holy Terror. Alternatively, you may dispose of him in some other way. Choirmaster Weiss, we have not yet had the pleasure of conversing. I beg your forgiveness, but I seldom leave the chapel to interfere in the affairs of the ship. My duty requires I must keep constant vigil as I direct the arrival and departure of messages across the boundless void. But given the incident has already demanded my interference, I have thought it a good opportunity to introduce myself and pay my respects to you. So this is our chief astropath, who is basically psychic space messenger. I know just how to handle this cult. We stand ready to carry out your order. Since Confessor Adelbart and Mr. Sauer both said these people are obedient for your fault, I will not ban their teaching. The Oracle's vision may prove useful to us. We will not let the law stand in our way. Do keep an eye on him. If my Furnace Master says they're a danger to the ship, then I am convinced. Disperse the troublemakers. Throw the Oracle into a holding cell and hand him over to the authorities at the first port we visit. Throw this prophet out of the airlock. Not the advice of this person on the radio, yeah. So I think the correct thing to do here is to put him in a holding cell and hand him over to the authorities. He's an unsanctioned psyker. All unsanctioned psykers get delivered to black ships, and the black ships take them to Earth, where they get used as fuel to keep the Emperor alive and to power the Astronomicon. Now that's obviously not going to happen in this situation because we're cut off from Earth. But I still think getting this... The Oracle is the problem here. We can't have a psyker. We can't have another unsanctioned psyker on the ship. We already have one, and that's dangerous enough as it is. So I think we're going to have to get rid of this guy, unfortunately. I'm also on the side of the Infernus Master. I think this guy is really solid. He knows what he's talking about. He is incredibly competent from what I've seen. And I don't like them burning fire. I feel like I'm going to get a negative effect from this. That's why I said another unsanctioned psyker, meaning Adira being the one that we already have. It will be done, Lord Captain. I will see that he remains unconscious and his dangerous powers are kept in check. As for the cult, I'm sure it will dissolve on its own without its spiritual leader. Okay, that was that event dealt with. Let's continue on. Okay, so we're now going to visit Trinitos. Okay, we've got a lot going on here. Those are Chaos ships. Unless these are... Oh, hang on, let me grab the dog. 1 second. This looks scary. Don't stand on your blanket though, please. Here, into bed. Come on. Oh, you're all wet from the rain. Go on into bed. Good girl. There's your blanket. Get all cozy. Alright, what we're going to do here. It is in the section second of retinue on the bridge, my guy. What? I have another unsanctioned psyker. Well, I guess, does Cassie count as an unsanctioned psyker? She's a navigator. Heinrich is definitely sanctioned, because he's an inquisitor. Okay. So, what have we got? We've got 3 planets that have what I believe to be Eldar names. We've got some Eldar pirates here. Is it... Okay, it's pirate. I don't think she's a psyker. She's an officer. And we've got Chaos ships here. Where are we? We are here. There's 4 planets that I would like to check out. Let's start with this planet here and see what happens. So I want to scan the planet. Cassie's a mutant, not a psychic. But she has psychic powers, does she not? A natural accumulation of her... Okay, I get to see what he said. So there's 7 plasteel here. We may as well mine the place. I can just pick on this. Do you want to 7 extract him to start producing plasteel? Sure. Okay, we're now producing plasteel from this planet. Okay. We have this station recruiting kibbles. Oh, that's right. Yes, the guy who uses the Emperor's Tarot. Yes, you're right, Wooden Plan Games. That guy in the basement is a psyker. We can scan this planet. It's a feral world with nothing worth grabbing on it. Now, we've got to deal with these unknown ships. I'm going to save the game before we get into this fight, because I'm really bad at space fighting in this game. And let's go. So Kibble is also psychic. Cool. Oh, well, it's not like it's not very 40k to be hypocritical. I just looked at the way to Port Water should have been a traversable warp through the warp storm. So maybe the warp is just more turbulent at this time. Thanks for checking that. Okay, yeah, these are chaos. So Iconoclast class destroyers, these are chaos ships. Oh, he lanced us on turn 1, but he missed and then did a lot of damage. So 2 destroyers. He's in the gas and dust cloud. And then there's another Iconoclast destroyer, which is going to lance us as well. So chaos ships like to use a lot of lances. They're using older technology than what we have in our ship. Okay, now I am really bad at this, so I need to think really careful about how we want to play this. I've got 2 ships just outside my attack zone. I can move, I believe, into the green area. I don't think I can move into this area or this area. What do I have? I've got some abilities. I've got my Void Ship Ram. I've got the Restart Shields. I've got my Prowl Lance Weapon. I've got my Torpedoes. I've got my Port Macro Battery, my Dorsal Macro Battery, and my Starboard Macro Battery. I can also click on The Supreme Commander does nothing. Okay, I've got nothing. None of my people do anything at the moment, it looks like. I think they... Oh, that's right. Here's their abilities here. So I've got Swing Run, I've got Torpedo Control, and that's all I've got. Yeah, this game story opens minutes after the fall of Cadia, which we talked about when it happened. Okay, so what I think I could do is I could move in position to hit this Iconoclast class Destroyer. This one here is going to have to swing around to get to me, so is this one. The question is, can I move here? I can move there. Or I could move... So hang on. Doing that means I'd get the... So I'd be able to hit it with my dorsal. I wouldn't be able to hit with my laser, and I wouldn't be able to hit with my torpedo. If I went here, I'll be able to hit with my dorsal and my lance, and I could also launch torpedoes at it as well if I wanted to. Is that the correct move? I don't know. I could also just go here, and then I've used up my full move. Hey, first, you've forgotten your other ship. It's called the Impetus. My other ship? What? I'm confused, Shinvala. Thanks for tuning in. Because I'm in the middle of, like, tactical stuff right here, I feel like I've now forgotten a ship called the Impetus. What do you mean I've forgotten another ship? Menace reference. Oh, jeez. I'm tired, guys. Is this the right move? I don't know. I'm gonna make it.
Take us in.
The way back can liberate itself. No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna hit these guys with my lance.
Lance batteries. Volley.
And now I'm gonna hit them with my dorsal macro turret.
Make every shot count.
Now I can't ram them. And I can only move forward, but I can fire torpedoes at them. I don't know if that's a good idea, but let's do that.
Torpedoes away.
Okay, torpedoes are away. That's everything I can do right now. So let's end my turn, I guess. I can't use either of my side batteries. The other guns, unfortunately, don't have range for any other targets.
We lost the shield.
He just rammed me through my torpedoes, which doesn't seem like a good thing to do. I think I have to destroy... If I detonate these torpedoes, will they hurt me? Okay, this is going very badly. We're getting our ass absolutely kicked because we've lost our void shields. But they've got really long range on those lances as well. Oh yeah, we're dead.
Double your efforts, you grok stains!
Okay, I can ram through this guy, which I think I do. Target cell is inaccessible. Okay, I can't ram through him. So I can't move in that case. I can move to here. So hang on, let's hit him with my dorsal macro cannons. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then we'll hit him with my port dorsal cannons.
Salvo.
Okay, that's one of them dead. But I think that destroyed the torpedoes, which hurt us as well. I'm going to restart the void shields, but with Pascal. Then I'm going to fire my starboard macro batteries at this guy. It's good looking so I get the thing. Then I can turn to here.
Coordinate set.
And I can lance this guy. We're going to have to do this fight again. And that's us pretty much dead when I end my turn. Our void shields, I think, kept us alive there. But they did not keep us alive there. Okay. So we basically are not going to be able to fight those guys with the gear we have at the moment and my skill. You should not have turned your down shield sectors to the enemy. Oh, I've got shield sectors. Right, okay. We'll try this again. Oh yes, the shield sectors are shown here. It's very clear what my shield sectors are. Derp. Okay, they're doing exactly the same opening turn they did last time. Okay, let's take this a little bit more carefully. If I move to here, I will be able to not hit him. Okay. Try to fight one at a time. Well, I took the first one out really quickly. To get... I don't think I can... If I move to here, I will be able to hit him with my lance and my dorsal macro cannons, but not my port or starboard broadsides. The other option is I come around behind him like this, and I hit him with my dorsal and my port broadsides. So they're doing 14 damage per shot for 4. The lance is doing 45 to 55 damage. So maybe I want to do something like this to head away from them. I can hit with both of my shots. Try to split the direction. They have to come around and just line you. Yeah, the torps, I think if I fire the torps now, actually, because they get their own turn in the turn order. So I'm going to fire the torpedoes now, so I'm not near them when this goes off.
Keep up the pressure.
Okay, then I'm going to... I think I'm going to move to here behind this guy and just double broadside him. If I was to move to here, would I get another move after I fired, is the question. I'm not gonna take that risk. I want to move to here and double broadside
All
him.
hands, prepare for acceleration.
And then we'll hit with our dorsal macro batteries.
Taste our fury.
And we'll hit with our port dorsal batteries. Hey, Winter Wolf.
Make every shot count.
Okay, we got through his shields there at the rear, and we did quite a lot of damage. Nothing I can hit with the lance, nothing I can hit with the starboard gun. Let's end the turn. This guy's a problem because he's in our rear arc. If we can get behind this iconoclast, though, we should be able to do a lot of damage to him. Okay, they're shooting at our torpedoes, which is not good. The torpedoes might actually be able to hit this guy for us. Okay, they're all attacking our torpedoes. And not us, so I guess the torpedoes are attacking for us right now. Their shields are still up. He's ramming us.
Need to restart the void shields.
Okay, that was nasty because he just did that to us. Okay, I'm going to restart the shields. Okay. So we have so much momentum that we're not able to get these guys back in our firing solution this turn. I can't hit the guy behind me at all. Best I can do is turn to here, where I won't be able to hit anybody. If I turn to here, I won't be able to hit him either. He'll be just out of range. Here, still won't be able to hit him. So no matter what I do, this guy's stuck on my tail. Seems like a turn. Oh yes, I've got my. I just noticed I've got my swing run ability. Okay, cool. So let's cancel this. Do a swing run. So what does this do? The flagship flies in a straight line, making a full U-turn at the end of its movement. To cool down 1 to 3 rounds. Okay. So I want to can only fly to the furthest node in the path. Okay.
Engage the engines.
Okay, we have swung around. So I currently have this guy in lance. I don't have him in dorsal. If I move forward, I will have him in dorsal as well. So let's move forward. Also, what does this do? Gives control of the nearest torpedo salvo, granting it 5 VMP. Only works on torpedo salvos that launched on another turn. So I probably want a torpedo control as well if I want to have a chance of getting control of these guys. Oh, I actually just gained control of them. Okay, so I want to turn them around if I can, which is going to be very difficult. If I blow them up, what is the range on them? Okay, range 3. See if I can turn them. We'll get control of our ship back in a second. No, that's as far as I can go. Okay, I just gave them an extra turn, basically. So let's lance this guy.
Lance battery. Volley.
And then we'll hit him with our dorsal macro battery.
Macro cannon. Open fire.
Okay, that's him down. The big problem is this guy's coming straight at us. Let's end the turn. Now we've got the torpedoes, who have a lot more movement this turn. I can move them into the dust cloud. Whenever a vessel inside a cloud of dust is aiming and firing is reduced, the cloud also conceals position, making it difficult for a hit. So plus 30% evasion. That seems really good place to put the torpedoes then. So we're going to move them here this turn. And they've got 2 more turns before they die. Okay, he fired and missed, I think. I'm really happy for the torpedoes to tag for us. That was a hit, however. This guy's gonna ram us. No, he's just gonna lance us. We've got shields. We're okay for the moment.
The terror of the crew echoes in my mind.
Okay, torpedoes are up first. I'm gonna try. I've got 1 more turn with them. I'm gonna try and chase this guy down. I don't think I'm gonna get to him though, because the range of the torpedoes is just not great for us. The other option is I try and run this guy down, but I think I'm gonna try and run this guy down so he gets distracted by the torpedoes while we focus on this one. Now it's back to me. So I can take control of the torpedoes again, which I'm gonna do. Because I can actually get them close enough to blow up on this guy now. If I move them to here, I can then explode them. Okay, that did not do as much damage as I was hoping the torpedoes would do, but they had taken a lot of damage. Okay, I can't laser lance this guy, but I can't hit him with my starboard guns either. I can't hit him with my dorsal, so I'll do that before I move. I can't charge him, can I? No. Charge is in a straight line. So we'll hit him with the dorsal guns.
Let them taste our fury.
And then I'm going to come around to here, where I'll be able to hit him with my starboard. The problem is I actually want to hit him here, so I'm shooting at the same zone of shield. So I'm going to move to here, and I'll hit him with my starboard macro cannons.
Salvo.
That did a lot of damage. And then I'm going to come now, my shields are actually full on all sides, but I can't get him into a position where I'm going to be able to hit him with my port, unfortunately. Where's the range on the lance, though? Because if I go here, I could lance the other guy.
With the force of a supernova.
And that's him dead. Now there's only one guy left, but he could just end us. I'm not going to launch torpedoes because I'm worried about them exploding in my face. Let's end the turn. So he lanced us in the rear, which is fine. Our shield's held for that. He's facing us with his unshielded side. Unfortunately, I cannot get a shot on him. Am I on fire? What does this icon mean? Internal fires, okay. That's not good. Oh, but I can do a swing turn this turn, though, which I think means I will be able to take him out.
Coordinates set.
Okay. I need to get... If I get a lance shot on him, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the lance on him, unfortunately. There's no way I'm going to be able to get the lance on him. Yeah, unfortunately. I could torpedo. I think I will torpedo this time.
Let the boys sort them out.
And then I'll just move to here so that I'm not in range of the torpedoes if they explode. I'm still in range of the torpedoes if they explode. Oh well. Okay, he's coming directly in on us. He missed with some of the lance, and he closed on range. I've now got him in my... He's just outside dorsal and port, but if I move to here, I get him with dorsal. I can't get him with starboard. If I move to here, I can get him with my starboard and my dorsal macro batteries.
All hands, prepare for acceleration. Make every shot count.
And that's... Okay, we won the fight, but we took a lot of damage. Still no level up. We managed to get our hands on a Stygius pattern macro battery, which just is a huge upgrade. And we got 3 unholy amulets and 48 scrap. Whew. Yeah, but now we're going to fight another set of pirates, and we can't repair. Okay, I can repair for 81 scrap, which I'm going to do. We have 466 scrap. I am also going to equip the Stygius pattern macro battery. I don't think I can put it on the dorsal because I need cannons. So I'll make the port cannon battery the Stygius. So I need to remember the port is a better battery than the starboard. I can upgrade the hull and I can upgrade the ram. I think we should definitely upgrade the hull for 50 scrap. I'm not so certain about upgrading the ram. Upgrade your shields, dummy. Is that what I mean by upgrading the hull? Because we can upgrade the hull integrity again. I think you upgrade the shields by buying better shields, right? By buying a better void array. Okay, we've got 270 left. I can upgrade it one more time. I think I'm going to. Then that leaves us... So one more time would cost me 115. I'm going to hold on to 185 scrap. Let's check out this world here. Nothing worth taking. Click the inventory on the right. Hang on. Click the inventory on the right. What are we looking for? Check the inventory on the right. I've got everything revealed here. So I've already upgraded my shields and my armor. We want it as high as possible. Just keep the scrap enough scrap of repair. Okay, we'll go one more time because I can't upgrade it any further. I'm not upgrading the ram just now though. I guess we try and take out the Eldar ships as well to clear this sector out. So I'm going to save again. And let's see what we can do against the Eldar pirates. I did not expect this game to have space combat to this level. Like it's pretty close on a very basic version of... Oh god, they've got void shields. We're fighting Eldari. Eldari torpedo. They've just launched torpedoes. So our Eldar ships have void shields, not void shields. They have these things. They have hollow fields. Creates hollow projections that disrupt the targeting systems of enemy ships. Each attack made by an enemy has an equal chance of targeting either the real ship or one of its projections. Each time projections hit, the hollow field loses 1 charge. So this one has 5 stacks of hollow fields. I think this one has 5 stacks of hollow fields as well. They both just have lances as their main weapons, and the torpedoes don't have hollow fields. So 50-50 move chance. So I'm not sure how maneuverable these things are. I can't predict. They've got 5. They've got 5 of them though, mishaps. So it's going to take a while to get through them all. If I focus down the torpedoes, they will explode next to the Shadow Hunter. That could be good for us. What I could do is move to about here. That would give me starboard fire on that one, and lance and main fire on this one. I would not be able to broadside with the port guns in this situation. If I go here, I still can't hit with the port, and I lose the ability to lance them. I think I want to get the lance off. So if I go here, I don't have a lance shot from here. I've got the lance shot from here, but I don't have the starboard shot. From here, I have the starboard shot, but I don't have the lance shot. So I have to make the decision of, do I just want to get the dorsal shot and the lance shot? I don't know if it's going to be enough to destroy the torpedoes. I think I have to focus fire on one of the torpedoes to be able to take it out. So if I come in here, I've got the dorsal shot and the lance shot on the torpedoes. But obviously I'm giving up the port shot. I could go here. Nope, here. Don't get the lance shot. Lance is lower priority. I could also lance from back here, actually. I could lance from back here. Then I could try and fly to somewhere like this. Or lance from here. Yeah, I could lance from here, and I think that gives me the shot anyway. I'm going to lance the torpedoes.
Fire at will.
Okay, that only took 1 off, and I'm not going to get close enough. Okay. Because that lets me move to here, which gets me the dorsal shot, and it gets me the starboard shot. Doesn't give me the port shot. You don't... I shouldn't be shooting at the torpedoes? Okay.
Engage the engines.
Right, we're going to shoot dorsal at this ship. Or I want to shoot everything at the Shadow Hunter. I think I'm going to get everything to shoot at this Shadow Hunter.
Salvo.
Okay, that's one of the hollow fields gone.
Make every shot count.
Okay, that's 2 of the hollow fields gone. I'm also going to launch torpedoes this turn at this target.
Torpedoes away.
Is there anything else I can do? No, we're good. Let's end the turn. Okay, that's quite a lot of damage. So our frontal shields are taking a lot, but we're back in action. I can do a lot of shooting from here. So I'm going to dorsal these guys.
Salvo.
Eldar ships are usually quite easy to take out once you get through the hollow shields.
Taste our fury.
Okay, now what I could do is I could fly behind them, and I could hit them with our port. If I go here, if I actually fly to here, I can... Oh, it's my port side. Damn. I've already fired my starboard. I could also fly behind these guys and hit them with my port, and then I'm behind them. I think that makes it quite difficult for them to do something about me. Or I do a flip turn. Hang on. I can turn and flip turn? That's wild. So what if I flew to here and then flip turned, I would end up... Hang on, this is a little bit confusing. I would end up here. Yes. Target cell is inaccessible. So I'd have to do it here. No, I can't turn and flip turn. Okay. Oh, that's a ram, not a flip turn. Duh.
Helmsman, take us in. Coordinates set.
Okay, that puts me back here. Not quite where I wanted to be. I mistimed that slightly, but I'm still behind them, which I'm pretty happy with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take torpedo control now, and I'm going to move the torpedoes to here and blow them up. Okay, that was fantastic. That took out that whole ship. I think it's because it blew up the other torpedoes as well. Alright, let's end there, because there's nothing else I can do right now. Okay, those torpedoes are just... Good to know the torpedoes get a lot of moves, but they are not going to be important to this fight. They just blew up. It's us again, so I can hit them with the dorsal from here.
Salvo.
Tornadus hard counter Eldari. Okay, good to know. Then I can move here. I can hit with my port guns. And that should be enough to kill them because I don't think I can get the prow around on them.
Engage the engines! Macro cannon!
Okay, that was a lot better. I actually felt like I knew a little bit more of what I was doing there. We also leveled up. Thanks, Suchin. Okay, no shields allowed on dodge tanking. Exactly. So AO just kills them. Okay, so we got 2 Wraithbone fragments, and we can upgrade the ship. So, oh my goodness, there's abilities we can buy. You can't dodge a nuclear bomb. So we've got Orc Augury. The flagship next shot gains +2 extra range. That's really nice. New heading. When moving, the flagship may make its next turn at 90 degrees instead of 45. There's reinforced shields. A chosen sector of the flagship void shield is reinforced until it suffers damage. The reinforced sector has an increased chance of absorbing enemy attacks and loses only half its strength when absorbing damage. Using this ability prevents removes any previous reinforcement. Oh, we've got Warp Wave. Flows of the Immaterium cause an enemy ship to immediately turn 45 or 90 degrees depending on the ship's maneuverability. If the enemy ship has suffered hull damage, this abrupt turn additionally deals damage equal to 15 to 20% of the ship's missing hull for a 45 degree turn and ties that for a 90. Does not affect ships larger than cruisers. Cooldown from 1 to 3 rounds at random. All of these seem good. I'm thinking new heading might be the one to grab right now because more maneuverability I feel like is just the thing to get at the moment. So I'm going to grab new heading. Then we also get to buy a second one. I think for the second one I'm going to take Arc Augury, which gets me more range on my guns. Warp Wave does sound fun, kill. Which lets me turn them. Actually, that kind of does sound like it could be very good. Let's get Warp Wave, just for the fun of it. Okay, so we've leveled up the ship. We don't need to repair any damage. Let's pick up the last planet in this sector. We'll begin scan. This looks like it's got hive cities on it. Oh, there's something here. Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of St. Cornatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Naviska, unloaded several thousand refugees from the planet belonging to Rogue Trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your ladyship's protection. We will not abandon people of faith in distress. Prepare a landing party and my shuttle. I am taking the monastery under my protection. These people are victims of invaders. Prepare my shuttles ahead to the planet to resolve this conflict. This is of no interest to me. Ignore the transmission. I definitely need to do something here. Let's go and talk first. I'm sure we can fight people after if we need to. As it pleases your ladyship. Oh, okay, this is going to be one of these. Sector Cronus, Region Acre, Ministry of St. Cognitus, Foulstone. Chronicle of the Humble Archivist by Brother Petricus. 6 core and 11 days after the feast of the passing of Nicodemus Keefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Foulstone in a star bark. A great apostasy has befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers, seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of St. Cognatius, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in! Protect us!" And what was once a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies, if fiendly heathens lurked in their midst. After prayer, the prelate Tectarius turned his eyes to the past in search of instruction. Prelate Tectarius recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving St. Cognatius, and these missionaries had received the blessing of Nicodemus Keefe, the champion of faith who had travelled with them in their starbark, to found in this place a humble and pure abode, wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And St. Cognatius, a man of great endeavours, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same, and not only Foulstone, but many other words in the Cronus Expanse bear his imprint. and Prelate Hectarius did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over the vins, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of Hammer donned their flat cowls, inscribed words of praise to the god Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth, ready to render service in battle. With lasguns and bolters they pierced the interlopers. With their chainswords and power flails they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers too, scant though their armament was, and scanter their skills in battle, slew many of the monastery's dwellers, for great were their numbers, and greater their desperation. The monks fled behind their walls, and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate, and commanded the armoured guards to keep watch over the gate, slaying any who approached. This is really fun. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the genitorium. The faithful, in his meantime, made ready to resist. And a miracle came to pass. The god Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed house von Valancius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. And the blessed rogue trader. Okay, this is going to be a vote, okay? So option 1, summon Prelate Hectarius and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each to account for their deeds. Option 2, dogmatic, commanded her formidable boarding forces to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as could be slain. Option 3, iconoclastic, extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into her care and thereby all of Foulstone with them. Option 4, heretical, unleashed her armed forces upon interlopers and monks alike, wreaking great shedding of blood and pillaging for her delectation. Option 5, again, heretical, bade the dwellers of the monastery fight the interlopers for her amusement like beasts of war, and promised a generous boon to the victor. Or option 6, cast a contemptuous eye over the aftermath of the bloodshed, and departed with words of abuse and reproach. So option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, option 6. Option 2 is dogmatic, option 3 is iconoclastic, just for those. But let me know what you vote for. So we've got 6 options, we'll vote for 1 minute. You get to pick what we pick here. I'll be very curious to see what you vote. Also, thank you for taking part in the vote if you do. We've got 2 votes for iconoclastic already for Mishaps and Wooden Plank. Another one from Daedra. You guys like the iconoclast. You're all believers in people and thing. We've got 2 votes for option 1 from Sujin Tofu and from Core. And a vote for vote 2 from Vox Imperialis. Sorry, Vox Immortalis. So I'm taking the opportunity to have a drink of water while you guys vote, because my voice doth get dry reading these ancient texts. 30 seconds left in the vote. We've got 4 votes for option 3, 2 votes for option 1, 1 vote for option 2. If you wanted to weigh in, now's your chance to do it, because the vote is about to end. It looks like we're going with the iconoclastic for option no, which is cool, which is the one I probably would have picked. The vote's going to end any second. I don't see any more votes coming in, so I believe that's everything we're going to get, which is fine. Thank you all, everybody, for taking part. I really do appreciate you getting involved with these. It's a lot of fun. Tackling those the last vote there for option 3. Okay, we are going ahead with the iconoclastic option. Extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into her care, and thereby all of Foulstone with them. In fact, it's the best personality tied option in the entire game. A new ruler. Iconoclast +5. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant and unsealed the airlocks, and opened the gate of its abode, and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architect set to work. In accordance with the saint's teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct, they erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud sensorium within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. Did I just gain I just gained a colony. I've just got a whole colony. I have no idea what this is. I've got a projects button and a button here. Colony projects. Dominion of the Hammer. The privilege of becoming Foulstone's patron is a tempting prospect for many. However, with the Roach's assistance, the Order of Hammer will retain ultimate authority of the world. So this will block the High Throne project and the Celestial Protector project. It will give us the Hammer of Epiphany, which is a 2-handed hammer which does plus 100% damage when you push an enemy. It'll give us plus 2,500 reputation with the Drusians, and it'll give us plus 2 security. Or we go with the High Throne. The Ecclesiarchy lacks the capital in the Cronus Expanse from which to guide the faithful. If Fauston ascends to the status of a cardinal world, the Adeptus Ministerium will ensure the prosperity of their new planetary stronghold. Heretics will tremble when they hear of an alliance between House von Valancius and the Ecclesiarchy. So that will give us, hey Zims, how's it going? Lord Captain's Voidship gains the Emperor's Retribution feature, plus 5% critical hit chance against Chaos enemies. We get 5 times Holy Gifts, and we gain plus 2 efficiency. Or Celestial Protector. No one in the entire Cronus Expanse will make a worthier guardian of Sanctuary of Faith than the head of House von Valancius. A marvelous basilica will be erected in her honor in the world's capital city. It will be decorated with a grand twin statue of the Emperor and the Rogue Trader. Thousands of parishioners and priests will say her name in their daily prayers and bring her reverent gifts, which will give us the Benevolent Protector feature. All allies increase their wounds by Lore Imperium over 15. My Lore Imperium is not very high. But that'll get us plus 2 profit factor, which is very good, and plus 2 complacency, which increases the amount of profit factor we get from the colony, decreasing them by 10%. Okay, so we'll get 2 profit factor, but it'll get slow to generate more. I'm kind of thinking we'll go for the High Throne to get the Emperor's Retribution. Seems quite good, and efficiency seems nice as well. Amount of research produced the colony increased by 10%. V3, so thanks to your majesty. Yes, thank you all very much for voting for this. I think I'm going to go for the High Throne for this. I hope it's not the bad choice. Dominion of the Hammer is really, really good if you have someone who can use the hammer. But I don't have anyone who can. Security, it affects the ability to cope with events on its own. I mean, that sounds nice. I'm going to go with the High Throne. Let's execute. Oh, there's... Okay, more projects when this one is finished. Gotcha. This is just our first project. I don't think I can start the next project yet. Yeah, another project is already... Oh my god. This is crazy. There's so much stuff. Look at all this. Look at all the slots I have for stuff and things. But I don't have anything. So that's all that can happen right now. Alright, well that's our first colony. But now... Oh, yeah, you can now manage your colonies remotely with the colony management stream. Got it. Alright, we need to jump back out. We need to jump to our next station. So, where are we going next? Is a good question. The plan was to get to Teclis Epsilon. So let's chart new routes and see what we've got. Okay. We have a route to the Cradle of Kepri, which sounds very Necron to me. We have a route to Omicron. We have a route to Speculo. But we also have a route to Teclis Epsilon, which we have a quest to complete. I've never played this game, managed to fill all the list of any colors you can get. Okay. I think I'm going to jump to Telecos Epsilon. I'm not going to use any of my insight to make the route better because people tell me not to use it for yellows. So we're just going to run on the unsafe route. So I use it for anything that's dangerous, but unsafe we just jump. So let's jump. As I am now fated to be your shadow, Dominant Force, we must perform a ritual that will seal our bond, for it pleases the Undying One. Let us speak on the bridge, and I will take us to a place appropriate for the ritual. What is this ritual? Come and you will see. I do not wish to speak of the mysteries of the bloodspun web over the Vox. The knowledge is not meant for the ears of the uninitiated. I will be there. Cabela is waiting for the Lord Captain on the bridge. She means to perform a mysterious ritual that will bind the Dominant and her together in the eyes of the bloodspun web. I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals address the spirit of the ship have been performed. The tech liturgy and the rite of machine blessing ended with a data mediation in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle sent down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. How the spirit of the void ship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equal valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanism differs from other anomalous forms. The spirit holds unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. What does this mean? Hypothesis. In extremis, the ship's spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation, but I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience, at least for now. I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations. The report is received. Thank you, Pascal. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Okay, we've arrived in Telecos Epsilon. Lord Captain, according to telemetry, the parameters of the system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home to the Agro-World Janus that belongs to the Von Valancian dynasty. We have received a Vox message from the planet. The Agarald's governor officially welcomes the rogue trader and reports she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Okay, let's check the other stations in the planet, and then we'll land there. Hey, T-Ram, how's it going? Good old telling us at Lepsilon, yes. You missed us make our jump. We tried to make a jump to the Imperium at the start of the stream. That went really well. Okay, there is actually some stuff here. We got ourselves some trophies. Some plasma batteries. Nice. Hey, Anarchy TV. How's it going? Good to see you. Alright, so that's that checked out. Now we'll check out this planet. You missed us attempt to jump to the Imperium and fail. And then we fought a bunch of space battles. We entered the Forbidden Purple Hole, yes. And then and now we are heading towards one of our own planets. So not a huge amount has happened, even though it feels like a ton. Well, Lady Theodore, love Frozen. Oh, I wish this would stay on the screen for a little bit longer so I could read it. But we will, I guess we'll mine the plasteel. I already have plasteel income set up. Do I want to hold my extractiums? I guess I'll just set them up as I go. Alright, and now we're going to hit Yanis. Begins. Look at this. Look at the fields from space. Alright, we can head down to Governor Viat's estate. Now we need to put our party together for this, and I want you to pick the party. So Abalard and Argenta are not leaving the party. So I'm going to let you vote on Pascal, Idira, Jay, Cassia, Kibble, and Heinrichs. And the top 3 that get voted for are the 3 I'll keep in the party for this planet. And then we'll do a new vote every time we hit a new planet. So it's going to be a little bit of a pain to do this as a vote on the stream. So I've prepared a straw poll. So I want to paste the link to the straw poll in the chat. Make sure that you only click on links from me and not from anybody else. If you want to run the straw poll, I'll get the results up on screen, we can do that. So if I do this, you should be able to see the straw poll right now. You can see how late at night it is for me as well. And if anyone wants to vote in the straw poll, I'll leave it running. I don't know if it's actually live. It is live, okay. So the top 3 people that get voted for. I may have set it so you can only vote once, but I'll let it run. What I'll do is I'll just run a vote on screen for 1 minute, and I'll go get a glass of water. And when it's complete, when I get back from that glass of water, that's when the vote will be over. So do your voting, and I'll be right back. Oh, so Solomon is not available, so don't vote for Solomon. I'll set it up next time so that you have multiple votes. I should have just set it to 1 vote. I'm sorry. All I can see is the doggies are feet sticking out the blanket. Okay. Oh, what's happened to the votes? Did they reset? Oh no, it's just not, it's just they're not showing properly. Mishap's trying to go for the vote too. All right, it looks like we've got Cassia. So it's going to be Cassia, Jay, and Kibble that we bring along for this mission. Is what I'm seeing here, which is great. So if I click on this, we should go back to the game. Cool. And I don't know if I can reset the poll. I'll maybe just need to reset it. I'll just hold that there for now. But we should be back in game. So that was, we're not taking, I've actually forgotten the results of the poll already. It's Cassia, Jay, and Kibble. Okay, so we need to get Pascal out of the party. We need to get Idra out of the party. And it's Cassia, Kibble, and was it Jay? My god, my memory. Yes. Cassia, Kibble, and Jay. Okay, so we need to do some leveling up. Cassia, Kibble, Jay. Cool. We are against. So we're taking all the girls by the looks of it. All the girls apart from Abalard are coming with us, and I guess Idira instead. So that's our party for this mission, and we're heading to Governor Viat's estate. I'm going to need to level Cassia up, but that shouldn't take too long. Cool. I thought I'd be able to just level her up whenever I needed to. Oh, this place looks nice. It's not like we're gonna get attacked. You know, this is one of our worlds. Nothing bad's gonna happen here. Come on. Oh dear. That is not a human. That is a heresy. There is a heresy on this planet. Why is there a heresy on my planet? Mr. President. She's gonna get shot.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious
What
killer.
a beautiful portrait. This is something you don't get to see a lot of in Warhammer fluff and lore, is like what the normal people or what the nobility and stuff are like. So this is like, I've never seen artwork like this before or anything, but here we have an imperial governor. She's the most important person on this planet. This is Xenos. Xenoses are heresies. There's not a normal people. Plus Grandpa Abalard is chaperone. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. She hasn't been shot yet, Miss Abs. Could be for me. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat Ab Abram. My name is Vistenza Vagianus Viat Ab Abram Afcoronus. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of the rogue trader Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. And greetings to you, noble Versine. It has been years since your last visit to Yanis. I am glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue trader seneschal does not visit a subject planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Viat? It means the governor is taking care of all matters, and there's no need for the seneschal to interfere. Ha ha ha. Sorry, that was my attempt at a musical laugh. I shall praise in those words, and I thank you for them. In truth, your arrival in this place of the esteemed Lady of Valancius is quite unexpected. I'm just going to go straight out. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I am now the head of the dynasty. Such tragic news. I will see to it the planet observes a month of mourning. Here we go. Oh, the alien shot him. Interesting. Oh dear, we have a riot. Well, this is totally unacceptable. Now, Genta has pulled out her gun.
Will beg for mercy.
Okay, so we're gonna have to fight with a very low level Cassia here. Okay, how many enemies are we dealing with here? There's only 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is not gonna be a huge fight. Let's put our Genta. I don't think I can't move any around because we've been ambushed. We just have to go. Genta has like crazy initiative though. I'm gonna put her here. I'm just gonna blast these guys along this axis. Okay, so we're gonna pop a what's this again? Wildfire. Let's try this next attack. Well, this turn will cost 0 AP and will not count. No, we need to get her versatility up first. So she's got 3 AP, 4 AP. We're gonna pop a got 12 momentum, then 6 stacks of zeal. Yeah, so we'll do a.
Commands, I act.
Then we're going to pop a rapid fire, and then we're going to rapid fire along this way.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That was not as impressive as I was expecting it to be. Still did some decent shots, though. I could run and gun and fire again. I think I'm going to. But what we'll do is we'll swap to the shotgun. Just so we can stack up versatility stacks. Still didn't manage to kill them, but that was a lot of damage. Governess looks like she has a Slaneshitate. Oh, don't say that.
Stop hitting me, Ashmag.
My faith strengthens me.
Good work, Estate Warden. Yeah, you blast those guys. That was good shooting.
This way.
Please stop shooting Cassia. God, Cassia just got a broken leg and broken ribs. She really did. Okay, we know exactly what we're doing with Kibala here. We're running over here, and we're going to do a cleave on these two.
As on our order.
And then I'm going to do a blade dance, I think.
Blade, killing.
Cur blast. Oh, reinforcements. Oh no, big reinforcements coming. Okay, we are not prepared for this. I should have leveled up before we came through here. It's still her turn, right? Oh. Well, the alien is helping us, but she is an evil, disgusting alien, and I don't know how I feel about that. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to jump over to this guy. And I can't rewind her turn either for some reason. I'm not sure why. So she's going to have to end her turn here.
Here we go.
A Ripper Rebel. Oof. Unfortunately, our Genta's out of position because I Yes, I know, Daedra. I had all these plans of stuff I was going to do. She also needs to equip her new thing that does more, makes her do more damage over time. But I just didn't get a chance to equip any of it or level Cassia up, and Cassia's now dead. As is Argenta.
Hold on.
Bear in mind that only 2 members of my party have actually been able to take turns so far this combat. Cool, and now they've all been stunned.
Let's get to it.
I would love to take a turn at some point. Ooh, a gas cloud grenade. That's not good. Okay, Abalard is up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and charge these guys here. I don't want them to run through the gas cloud, though.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
And then we'll do a charge. Do I want to hit this guy or do I want to hit that guy? I think I want to hit this guy. And then what we can do is we can do a cleave. Oh, I can't hit both of them with a cleave, unfortunately. Let's just hit the Grenadier again.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Then we will
Lesson learned.
brace for impact.
Is imminent.
We will endure. And I'm going to push them away from me as well.
Indeed.
Get off me. That may have been a mistake because I pushed them out, but then I can set him up as a wall here, or I can push him further forward. I think I'm going to push him further forward.
A tactically sound approach.
And that's the end of his turn.
Too bad I never
Let's
leave
get
that.
to it.
So Jade didn't get a turn because she was stunned.
I've suffered worse.
Okay, I'm up now. Let's move. Let's activate. Let's move chat to here, so
see
everybody's
to it,
in chat zone. Then I'm going to activate chat healing.
It's done.
Okay. Then I'm going to. Everybody serves me,
I'll see to it personally.
and then I'm going to give everybody. Big you serve
Who if
me.
not me?
Then I'm going to give them air authority,
On it.
and I'm going to give. I'm just looking at who's still up and what options I have here. So a bunch of them are going to go before Kibala. Chat cannot end her nap. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give Jay an extra turn. I can't give. I'm going to give G. I'm going to give
It's as
Kibala
good
an
as
extra
done.
turn because apparently that's all I can do. Where's acrobatic artistry going to go?
I shall not fail.
Okay, I wondered why I could do that. I'm just going to make her dance. I should have done that, actually. There's nothing I can really do with her. I'm just going to end her turn. I was hoping that I'd be able to give Jay an extra turn, but I can't. I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to shoot some bad guys. Apparently, I don't have line of sight on anybody from here. So I'm going to have to step out
Let's make
into...
some
Oh, no, I've got no
opportunities.
AP. That's why I can't shoot anybody. We'll stay in cover, then.
Let's make it quick.
This is going to be quite hard.
Brace yourself, Abalard. Stay vigilant.
This is the only remaining NPC left, and he ran straight into the poison. He did do some good shooting, though.
Let's get to it.
Okay, this guy's on Jay. I'm surprised she's still alive.
Here we go.
But Abalard's doing a good job of tanking everybody else
Duty goes
and just taking the damage, which is good. Okay, Sharpshooter shot at Kibala, but she dodged. Sharpshooter did a lot of damage to Abalard. Okay, Kibs is up. It's gonna take her quite a while to get to these guys, but that's what I think she needs to do. So I'm just gonna move her.
Of blades and shadows.
I could jump her a bit closer. In fact, we could jump to this guy.
Trust me.
And that's him at least under control. Is he bleeding? He is bleeding. So I've got where it hurts. If the target next to it is suffering from damage or time, for each effect it must make a damage resistance test. So I think what I do is I do pain resonance, which gets her an extra, gets him an extra damage over time effect. Then I activate where it hurts, and then I stab him. And I did that, and then I'm going to blade dance.
Let your soul be purged.
Okay, and then I'm going to dance to here, I
The
guess.
shadows will see done.
And that's all I can do. Oh, I can do one more dance. It's not really that effective,
Trust me.
but at least that kills him. And then we can get her into the fight next turn. Okay, it's now Abalard's turn. I think, do I want to do Reckless Strikes this turn? Gain plus 20% armor pen, plus 8 damage, ignores 12% parry. but every enemy who survives will attack in return, include... No, I don't think it's worth doing right now. I'm not going to kill enough people. So instead, I'm just going to do a cleave on all three, these three.
It will be done.
Wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. And then we will brace for impact. And then I will push them all away from him. For a little bit of extra damage. And that killed that guy, which is nice. And that's Abalard's turn. Okay, Jay is up. I want to get her out of the poison, and I want to kill this guy. So I need to remember what Jay does here. Tactical advantage. The master she gains it, that's fine. She's getting Medicaid signaled. That's her activated abilities, ultimate abilities. She's got legendary weapon, efficiency, carry weapon, dual weapon combat. The character can attack with a second weapon in their current weapon set, in addition to the usual one attack per round. This covers minus 20 up to weapon skill and ballistic skill, costs 1 AP more. I think what I'm going to have to do here is if I shoot this guy, he's going to attack us for free. So I think I need to pull out her greatsword. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to tell... What is this again? Take aim. If the target's next attack will ignore cover and will have double the effective distance. If the target is under the effective voice of command, this attack will ignore enemy block and dodge. Additionally, the damage from this attack will be reduced below 51. We have reduced by 51% for any reason. The Master Edition empowers the next attack to deal 4% additional damage for each second attack with advantage the after mastery has. Target, ally, or the Master Edition gains possible resolve for each fight. Okay, so what I need to do here is I need to voice of command me. Then I need to give me a free attack. But do I want to... I want to take aim first.
You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
Then I get a free attack.
Don't get too cocky.
Okay, then with my free attack... Oh, I can reactivate. I can reactivate Cassia for 2 AP. But right now, I want to shoot this guy.
I'll see to it personally.
Okay, I did damage to him. I don't think I can give her extra stuff. I give the Estate Warden a buff. Or I can move chat. Cassia isn't a familiar. Does that say familiar? Oh, it does say familiar. Yeah, just to turn chat back on. That's right. Okay, that's everything I can do. I will voice of command this guy just to give him a buff. And that's my turn over. So that's back to Cassia. All she can really do is stab this guy. And if I move her... I should have moved her first to get her out of the poison. Okay, now it's my turn. So I think I want to shoot this guy and give Jay a chance to kill him if she can. 75% or... I mean, it's a... There's no difference in difficulty here. Or I hit him with my Toxic Needle for 12 to 21 energy damage. No, I'll do the single shot. I missed. Let's give her an extra attack. Damn, that did hurt her. Okay, I'll give her a take... she can't take aim.
But I can.
I'm going to give her press the advantage. And then we're going to attack this guy. He parried it. I'm going to give her a free move. Can't. Sorry, free move.
It's a bad idea.
I wasn't sure if that was going to do that or not, unfortunately. Okay. So it's only me and her left alive, and Kibala. So I want to give Kibala a free turn.
You should feel honored to witness this.
And she's going to start trying to carve these guys up. So, if I move her... they're all kind of spread out. But if I move her here...
Death comes in silence.
I can then death from above. What I can do is stab this guy. Then death from above to here.
Trust me, my blade whispers your name.
Then death from above here. Oh, I can't get in between the snipers because I don't have line of sight to that point. That's annoying. I really want to put here. I don't know if she's got enough for another death from above. I think this is her last one. So I guess I'll just get her to... I'll get her to... where it hurts. And then I'll get her to Pain Resonance. And then I'll get her to Dance of Death. Okay, all of her attacks are against the guy in front of her. I'll get her to stab him for massive damage. Then I'll get her to jump to here. Okay, she killed one of them. And then I'll get her to rewind her
The
turn.
shadows will see it done. Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name.
Okay, that's something. Okay, there's nothing else I can do.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Follow my lead.
The State Warden is just... I need the State Warden to kill this Ripper Rebel, but he's not going to do it. Okay, that was reasonable. Okay, he's going to attack Chat, which is better than attacking me. That guy just exploded.
I'm here, maggot.
Blocking sniper rifle bullets with your shield is pretty cool. Okay, that's the Warden dead. Let's bring Kibble onto this guy here. Someone's got a health bar. This guy here is actually still alive. He's just on the floor.
I will leave footprints of scar.
Yeah, I think you just killed him, Mishaps.
I shall not fail.
Okay, that was her first attack. Then we activate
As
this.
ordains.
Then we activate this. And then we blade dance to here.
As the tenets go by the web.
I think I might have done that in the wrong order, but we'll dance back to get at least one free attack. Okay, they took a lot of damage there. Yeah, the bleeds are good. The bleeds are doing a lot of damage.
Just a minor.
Another poison grenade. That's frustrating. And this guy just stood up. If I move to here, I'll get out of the poison though. So that's at least something. Let's I forgot to remember that we've got Wildfire here. But he doesn't have that much versatility because I'm not swapping his attacks very often because he doesn't get the option. So I need to start using Shield Bash just to give him versatility on his attacks. But right now I don't really want to be doing that. I could charge here or I could break through. So that should let me... I thought, yeah, and then I need to step through this guy.
Your back and call.
And then I'm going to endure.
It will be done.
There's a reasonable amount of blood, yes. Kibble likes to produce a lot of blood. Okay, I'm now on my own. I think I've got a higher chance to hit. This is a 65% chance to hit. And this is a 70, and this is a 70. So let's take the 70.
It's as good as done.
Okay, we hit him. I can also shoot him with this.
On it.
Okay, that's a lot of damage. There's little else I can do right now, though, from where I am. I'm a little bit stuck. So I guess it's end my turn.
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
Okay, Chat is doing a great job of holding this guy. The snipers are a big problem because they're the only ones who are actually hitting Ab.
Yours.
I'm going to bring Kibble over here.
I am your blade and shield.
She's not going to get an attack this turn, but I can switch to her shotgun and shoot this guy, hopefully. For an absolutely no damage.
That is a blessing.
That did make that guy over there explode, though, which is pretty cool. We take those.
Show me what you've got.
I would love Hereditary Space Lady to shoot again.
Suffered worse.
Okay, Abalard's in a lot of trouble. We're going to take a med kit this turn.
Careful now.
And then I want him to... I really want him to take out this sniper here. Or actually, this sniper here. But let's move him to here.
My place is at the fore.
And I'm going to activate Daring Breach, actually.
We'll rule the stars themselves.
So let's start him off by putting him here. And we can attack this guy. They're dead. Now, I don't think we've got enough movement to get to anybody else, unfortunately. But at least we took them out. So I'm just going to finish his turn in cover here. Could someone clarify who's a companion second from the left? Oh, that's Chat. This guy here? This is Chat. It's a Servo Skull Swarm. DG9 Q6F. It is from the second DLC, which adds familiars. So it is my character's familiar. When I use my officer skills, I can apply them to everybody if I use them on my Servo Skull. It's pretty cool. All right, we'll brace, and we will endure.
Indeed.
Okay. I'm still fighting this guy. Okay, I managed to take that guy out, which is massive. I can now take part in the rest of the fight, but nothing else I can do this turn.
Let's get to it.
Okay, missed the dead eye shot. Oh, I'm happy to help.
Time to slaughter someone.
Okay, also missed Abalard, which is good. Okay, Kibbs is up, and she can get in range of this guy. What a messy fight. I was not prepared for it at all.
Trust me.
Okay, that was not enough to kill them, but I do have a death.
Come.
Okay.
The other side.
This fight always seems to go on for ages. I hope there's not another group of enemies that are coming in. Okay, we now have this guy pinned in melee.
Shadows will see it done.
Okay. And now Abs can finish this, hopefully. So we step in
Tried
here.
and tested tactics are the best ones.
And I'm going to use a Reckless Strike
At your
here.
beck and call.
And then we're going to stab this guy.
Victory is imminent.
He gets a free attack against me, but what's he going to do?
Get well struck.
Actually...
It will be done.
Okay, there's nothing I can do to help. And they all died.
Me no pleasure.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's over. Your ladyship, Emperor, preserve us. Are you alright? Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous loveliness among the wardens of every world we visit. Is Kibbs an assassin? She is an assassin, yes. She is a death cultist who has sworn herself to us. She's not a free agent. But yes, she has the sword dancer skills. Yes to both. Actually, I wouldn't place them right there. Pale Grayness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. You should all be flogged for such negligence. Who were they and how did they get into the governor's estate? Where did Governor Vide go? The governor is safe, protected by walls and wardens. Please follow me. I will escort you to her personally. I'm not going to kill these people. I don't see the point in just killing them. Fine, lead on. Ugh, that was an unexpected, quite brutal fight. We've ended up with a lot of injured people, and I don't know how long it's going to be before we can get back to the ship to heal them. Before anything else happens, we're going to level Cassia up. She has a lot of levels to grab. And we also need to do some equipping stuff. So let me just grab the build we've got for her. Cassia. I was going for the, like, all-in on the mind powers. Cassia the Gaze. Okay. So we've got voice. So we're looking at level what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's our next finest hour pick, which we've got the target of finest hour gains additional bonuses during the next turn. Target of finest gains more bonuses. Target gains +3 fellowship, gains all their ton attack abilities with -1 AP. That sounds really good to me. Alright, next up, I want to grab more Lore Warp because she needs to get better at that. And Perception is useful for her. Then we're going to grab Steel Resolve, if she can grab it. If I can find it. Don't know if it's here. No, it's not. So if we can't grab that, what of her weird abilities can we grab? Steel Resolve. Ebb and Flow, I have Oblivion, Guide of Souls, Mind of Matter, Open to the Warp, Pierce, Unscathed, Perilous Way, Stable Root, Strange Vitality. Navigator heals 6 wounds at the beginning of every turn and gains additional 1 wound for every Navigator talent taken. The heal increases by +1 for every creature. That's amazing. That's just amazing. And we'll gain some more Perception. Okay. Next I want Air of Authority, which we already kind of have, but officers increases. The problem is we have 3 officers in the party now. Why don't we just grab? I think we're just going to grab some psychic abilities instead. Than grabbing officer abilities for her. So there's quite a few in here. Glimpse of Fate. The target gains +30% increased hit chance on their next attack, dodge on their next dodge test, and chance of success on their next resistance test. These bonuses disappear independently from each other after being successfully applied. That's really nice. The 30% increased dodge is incredibly good. Immolate the Soul. Deals from 15 to 34 damage to all targets in a line and inflicts the Soul Burn effect. The target suffers 15 damage at the start of their turn. At the end of the turn, they must pass a willpower resistance test to remove the flames. Notch of Purpose. Navigator designates a square. The enemy closest to the square moves 4 cells towards it. If multiple enemies at the same distance, all of them move. The targets move even if they are stunned or immobilized. Reveal the Light. The target gains +22 to their willpower and toughness. Waking Nightmare. All enemies suffer -22 penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. Warp Curse Unleashed. The enemy becomes cursed at the end of combat. All incoming warp damage is increased. Zone of Fear. All creatures in the area must pass a willpower resistance test or immediately move out of the zone. I think Waking Nightmare for the minus 22 penalty to willpower and toughness sounds really, really good. Or Glimpse of Fate for the damage. I think I'm going to grab Glimpse of Fate. That's a really useful skill. And for her common talent, every turn the navigator gains an additional action point. Every enemy, the enemy... Oh yes, just every enemy the navigator has line of sight on has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 6. Then a talent. Okay, what talent do we want? Again, I probably want to focus on her weird abilities with these. Ebb and Flow, we saw that. Guide of Souls. The navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with plus 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the navigator with a single ability each turn gains the same amount of additional movement points at the start of their next turn. That works really well with the buff we just picked up, so we're going to grab that. And I'll grab her... more Lore Warp. Okay, choose characteristic. Let's grab... She can't grab Willpower. She can't grab Perception. Fellowship does work off some of her abilities, so we'll grab that. Veil of Protection. Allies that are targeted by a navigator's power gain plus 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of well degradation, increased by infusing parameter to the current equipped navigator's staff. The navigator gains plus 5 Fellowship. Allies that are targeted by navigator abilities gain plus 5 to all resistance against warp effects until the end of combat. While under the effect of navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by 11. That's quite nice. I'm looking stare. Until the end of combat, enemies damage the navigator suffer additional plus 6 damage from all attacks of opportunity and can't dodge them. Navigator powers deal plus 1 damage for every 5 bonus characteristics. Okay, I don't have that. It's not very good for us right now. Whenever he fails a resistance test against navigator's power, that doesn't work for us. Plus 2 perception. Veil diversion is reduced. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Open to the warp. Enemies affected by navigator's power suffer a stacking minus 10 penalty to the next resistance test of the navigator's powers, because we do have Held in My Gaze available. Nope. Ebb and Flow. I'm going to grab Ebb and Flow just for that extra action point. And then I want to grab... I've already grabbed this, so I'll grab the additional bonuses. And that's her now leveling up to the next level. So she can take Master Technician, Grand Strategist, Overseer, which gets her pet, or Vanguard. The thing is, I already have... Like, I'm an Overseer, and Jay is a Master Tactician. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to make Cassia a Master Tactician as well. Or a Grand Strategist at that point. But I don't think there's much point in making her a Vanguard, which is a close combat-y but tank class. And I don't think there's much point in making her an Overseer either, because I don't want to give her a pet. So it's a little bit awkward. I'll go with Master Tactician, but I'm not just for tactical advantage stuff. So, do I want Linchpin on her as well? I mean, I've already got someone with Linchpin. I quite like assign the objective here. Can I use enemies with unfinished business effect? This targets, but I want to grab assign objective. The Master Tactician marks an enemy. If that enemy is killed by one of the Master Tactician's allies before the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn, that ally gains 10 plus 2 times the allies' resolve momentum and plus 5 to all characters in the combat. Just because I already have someone with Linchpin, I don't need 2 people with Linchpin. It just seems a bit redundant. Alright, Kibble now needs to be equipped with her new equipment. So we want to give her one of those new daggers we picked up for her offhand. Let me just resort these by type. So where's the dagger? Can we see it? Takes so long to level up. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I can't see chat when I'm doing that, so I didn't see chat. You don't have a Navy Man officer. It's probably ship to ship combat. I've got Abalard. He's a Navy Man officer. All right, where is the daggers here? So I want to give her a dagger in her off. Oh, she already has a dagger in her offhand. She already has one of these daggers in her offhand, and then she's using the Mars pattern sword in her main hand. What she could do with is a better offhand weapon. I'm going to give her a shotgun. We could give her the combat shotgun. There we go. All right. So the problem is everybody's very badly injured. We've got a crippled arm on Argenta, we've got a crippled leg and a broken ribs on Cassia. We have head trauma and a crippled leg on Jay. But I don't think that's going to affect us too much when we're just talking to people. So I guess that's what we do.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
It's locked. Upon seeing you, the guard of the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over into a low bow. Your ladyship, the most honourable Fossil of Valencias, the governor is awaiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet her alone or with your entourage? The thing is my character, my main character, is an officer already, and that's all they do, is use the officer abilities. Why would I not take my entourage with me? That just seems stupid. My entourage is there to protect me. Oh, it's just because I don't think we're going to get into a fight right now, mishaps. Vincentia von Svayat is furiously swiping a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded fox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops a sooty curtsy. Your ladyship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I could never have imagined... She flinches when she notices Kimball standing at her side. A death cultist? How unexpected. Must someone face severe punishment in the Emperor's name? Someone always does. As for who and when, the Undying One will tell. I don't care about your apologies. I could have been killed. I assure you, your ladyship, I would never. I beg you, give me the chance to prove my loyalty and explain myself. Vicenza's companion standing behind her also bows into a slavish bow. Reaching out to offer a reassuring touch to Vicenza's hand, who immediately draws it away. One of your wardens helped us in battle. A superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Yerlet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I have turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Yerlet comes from a local degenerate stock on this world and knows Yanis like the back of her hand. So she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I'm tempted to send her away from the estate, her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall. Heinrich's expression. Did I hear you correctly, Governor Viat? You have a mysterious mutant on your estate at this very moment? One of prodigious height, slight build, and with a supernatural talent for shooting? Did the arrival of this helper not give you pause for thought? Allow me to make myself clear. To refuse Lurlet's help in our circumstances would have been incredibly rash. Yet mutants are creatures abhorrent to the Emperor, and they should be exterminated. But sometimes humanity makes exceptions for those who serve the Imperium. Ogrins and, are they still called Ratlings? I'm not concerned if your aide is a mutant. I am far more concerned that she may be nothing of the sort. Forzian, I would like to meet this help of Governor Vance without delay, out of professional interest. Jay leads forward curiously. Let's see, she's Arabic. Yella. Godness of frame and tall stature are features common even among Voidborn, my dear Governor. That does not make them mutants. Then, pray, whatever do you find so disagreeable about this Yerlet's appearance? He was hotshot, Emperor bless his soul. Rattlings is the official term, cool. The warden, so we've mistaken the warden for this Xenos. The strange movements, the strange looks, the abnormally large eyes on an unnaturally distorted face, the pointed ears, the space elfingness. I have news for you, Shiren, but it is for your ears only. I will tell you when we meet our mysterious new ally. If you wish to speak to Yerlet, you will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. What is happening on this planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Yanis. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. And then it became apparent that the administrator's accounts had been what had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They had already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Vistenza, this is literally the job of a planetary governor, and you are not doing your job. Also, do you have a void shield equipped? Why do you have an aura around you? Does this woman have a void shield? Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Can Yanis supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your ladyship. If the question is, can such an expensive and fertile world as this one feed thousands of void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall could eat in their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be a target for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistics of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. It is embarrassing to admit that even Vladim, Mayazi, take that man, is better at doing his job of Liege of Footfall than Lady Viat at keeping her world in check. She has Aura just standing there. Can Yanis fill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering your ladyship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tides when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and terrified peasants are indulging in dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored in Yanis, any trade is nigh impossible. Concerning what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Yanis does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal. Ships like yours, your ladyship. Perhaps you can find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need? I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'm sure there was something to say about the mission of the world. Well, if there's no competent people to find on Yanis, I shall have to handle this myself. Yes, I think I'm not going to remove her as governor just yet. I'm sure I'll get another opportunity to do it, but I am going to make a serious jibe at her not being competent. I assure you, as soon as the pilots stop being wary of ports and workers no longer dread their next shift in the fields, Yanis will properly reinstate all supply shipments. I am immeasurably grateful for your help, your ladyship. If any of those who attacked the estates had survived, then perhaps you could have been a valuable source for information. This is a competent person on Yanis, but you made an example of them for the rest of the foolish rabble. Incidentally, I did overhear the wardens talking about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still don't know who the reprobates into this state. The person who did it most likely knows something. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking the staff as we speak and removing all traces of the attack from the state. An esteemed Magos, who is responsible for agronomic effects of the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting this week to deliver his personal report. And of course, there's my aide in the war against the rebels, Urilet. I have no doubt she would like to share her knowledge of Yanis with your ladyship. Who is the person standing next to you? One of my ladies in waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties and helps me to remain in constant contact with those families who are most responsible for the productivity and prosperity of Yanis. I trust my advisors implicitly, and over time Amelia has become not merely a faithful companion, but almost my shadow. Amelia is the leader of the rebels. I'm calling it now. Amelia is the leader of the rebels. Losing her would be like losing my right hand. To bathe in the light of your greatness is a true honor, rogue trader. I must take my leave. All right. Let's find your let, and then we'll get everyone to the ships.
Keep your wits about you.
So I need to head out to the orangery, wherever that is. I can't go through any of these doors, so I guess I just want to leave this room. How do I get out of here? Yeah, there's a door.
Your faith in him is a brazen lie.
Ooh.
You never abstain. You only indulge. Your heart has no place for sacrifice in the Undying One's name.
Who are you talking to?
The Exalted One is both life and light. And yet somehow, you lot have managed to turn his golden glow into darkness, and his mercy into savage murder.
That was an interesting altercation there. I'm just seeing if there's anything in these side passages before we leave, but there doesn't look like there is. Okay.
I always have a backup plan.
To the estate.
The fall of Reichert Minoris is a blow to all of the Expanse. I imagine Winterscale will be enraged when he finds
Is there any loot? No, it doesn't look like it.
I nurtured a spark of hope that Urak 5 could still be saved. But now my home is lost. Forever.
I mean, it's definitely gay, and the actual leadership of the planetary, or evil, or both. Yeah, I think she's definitely evil. This is a pretty planet. Old servant. Why do you look important to me? Hearing your footsteps, the elderly servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black. You're too late, vile dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. When he gets a better look at you, the man drops into astonishment and seems poised to prostrate himself. It's you! Your ladyship! The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Yanis. He doubles up, hugging himself. Forgive me, your ladyship. If only I known it was you. My eyes deceived me. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Throw, damn you, old man. Where did you get this stuff? Poison capsules of this sort are a popular choice among desperate ashmags who are done with being tortured by mad fanatics or worse. Hold on, Yanis. There's no attitude. A strong toxin. We apply something similar to the lips of new initiates in the blood-spawn web. It kills minor nerves and purges one's sensitivity to pain. For this layman, though, it is a certain and violent death. Say whatever you want to say and be quick about it. In the name of the Golden Throne, your ladyship, sow mercy on the humble workers, the salt of Yanis. Save them. Vistenza Viat, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interest as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions are poisoning our planet. Did you know that the settlements that failed to pay their tithe dues on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They leave them to order. Sometimes old folks, sometimes children. I've seen those people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and they're never seen or heard from again. They go into secret rooms, they don't come out again, your ladyship. Ever. Fresh meat to entertain the nobility. Some things never change. Whenever you're on my planet or anywhere in the righteous Imperium, peasants who were taken to Urak V to serve House of Celia were never seen or heard from again either. They became loyal servants and toiled for the good of the dynasty. Why should they ever return to their filthy, squalid abodes? The old servant lets out a moan. The dark stain on his arms seems to creep through his veins until his arms and neck are a lattice work of black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. What secret rooms? I think I want to get one more question here. So it's either what secret rooms or what else is going on in the settlements. I'm going to ask about the secret rooms. Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the government trusts, they change. She changes them. Pretties them up. Defiles them. I think you're right. She might be a Slanesh worshipper. You accuse the rogue trader's appointed governor of heresy. If your words are false, they themselves are tantamount to heresy. But if what you say is true, if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to your credit, my good man. I swear I'm not lying. Pray for me, holy sister. For me, and for Yanis. I'm not sure I'll last long enough to answer all of your questions. You can still be saved? I don't think he can be. What's going on in the settlements? I'll tell you exactly what I was told by the people who contacted me. These tithes, some settlements have already switched to paying with people. They say that amenable settlements get special treatment from the governor's dogs. They arrange for medicine to be supplied to the settlement, then security, and then they completely isolate them. All contact between those inside and outside is cut off. One lad managed to get out. He's the one who told me all this. The people are rotting alive in there. Strange growths, yellow eyes, stinking like dead bodies. Or it could be a Nurgle cult. The worst looking ones are rounded up and taken away. The fellow who escaped, he seemed fine. Within a couple of days, the rebels picked him up. He started seeing monsters as other people. They had to lock him up away from the other folks. The poor sod. And then his wrists. Your ladyship, if you permit a dying man to make one last request, don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. I will keep your secret. Please save us. Yanis. And then he dies. Okay, that was an interesting conversation to randomly wander upon. So, my joking that the sort of joking we had about the governor being evil may actually, in fact, be the plot here.
Is there money to be made?
There's always money to be made, my friend. That's why we're doing this. I'm just having a look over here. See if there's anything interesting to find. Some goods. We got some machine spirit vials, virulence. Looks like the city is the governor's place is built out on a promontory with water on both sides. Vinzelex. Draped in a red coat, the Magos body looks barely human. Greetings, your ladyship. Lex Mechanic Vinzelex. How may I serve you? Tell me about Yanis. How he serves. Nah, there's nothing interesting this guy has. He's just like more chat.
Rise to the top,
which I don't need right now.
left
I want to find
in the
Yurlet and talk to her before we finish up for the night. This guy's inside the thing. Got some people talking over here.
What a splendid estate. I have seen pics of our ancient manors in the House Orcelio archives.
Alright, here's where we landed. So that's how we get back to the ship. Where is the Eldar?
Such surroundings.
Oh. A hulking mass dressed in a uniform, marking him as the officer of the gubernatorial wardens, is closely monitoring his subordinates. Your ladyship, please don't stray too close to the building. One of the terrorists from today's attack has holed himself up in there. He could be dangerous. Yes, it did just drop. It dropped early, actually. Oh no, 12:58. It's past 1 a.m. Yeah, it did just drop. So that's the other reason I want to end the stream. What's going on here? Ready to report, your ladyship. We could sweep the area after the attack. All of the assassins were arrested and neutralized except for one. He sealed himself inside. He's already injured 2 wardens who tried to reach him, but there's no need to worry. We'll poison him and clear the last dregs of the dirt from the estate. I have only one question, officer. Why have you not already done it? The rogue trader is here. The longer you delay, the more you put your her life needlessly at risk. It's inexcusable, your ladyship. The barrels of poison were only just delivered, but we're ready to begin now. One ashbag up against all the wardens in the state, and yet he is still causing trouble? On a freak, he would have already been made captain and put in charge of the governor's security. For an exalted one knows he has more brains than all of you combined. We'll fix this right away, I swear. You're going to poison him? We're using insecticide from our stockpiles. We don't have the military grade poisons, but we don't need enough of this parasite. What's so special about this building? It's one of the utility buildings. Fortunately, it was empty at the time of the attack. There were no potential hostages or innocent people inside. If you ask me, I think this was the first place the killer came to when he was bidding his retreat. We mashed up all the others, but this one holed himself up in there. This is not an empty utility building, but an inactive backup crypt for storing refrigerant and freezing equipment. This is obvious. Your ignorance is depressing, servant. Sorry, I want to talk to him. Are you sure it's not exactly safe? You dare to question me? Out of my way. Forgive me, your ladyship. Act as you see fit. Alright. It is now 1 a.m. and my first video of the release campaign of Xenonauts 2 has just dropped. It is also time for me to go to bed. So unfortunately, I think this is actually going to be a good spot to end the stream for tonight. It's pretty much bang on 1 a.m. We haven't had a chance to speak to Urilet yet. We'll make that a priority for the next stream. But for now, I'm going to have to end here just because I need to get to sleep. I've got a busy day at work tomorrow. But what I'm going to promise you is there's going to be another Xenonauts video tomorrow. And then I'm going to try and get another one out on Saturday. And I might get you another one on Sunday. So I'm going to really try and power through the start of this campaign. So it's not going to like languish slowly moving forward. That's the main thing we're going to go for. That's what we're going to push for. But for now, I really need to get some sleep. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely morning, and a lovely noon, a lovely night, etc. And I will catch you in the next video. But for now, I'm off to bed. And I'll see you later. Ciao for now. Menace is not over. I'm just putting it on pause for the moment to focus on Xenonauts. But I will give you more Menace as well. I still really, really, really love the game. All right, ciao. Bye.